With 2022 setting a record number of housing starts here in Calgary at 17,306 new homes started, only to be, caught up by 2014 and 2006 with the other 2 years that had similar numbers. What is that going to do to our market? Well, if you're in the market for buying a new home, if you're thinking of maybe selling a new home that you built and you don't know what the process is like, you're in the right place, because we're going to talk a lot about those things today on this video. As our channel has significantly grown over the last number of months, I just want to welcome all the new subscribers, and I really love all the comments, the likes, the sharing, so keep that up and let's continue with this video. So if you're watching this video, you love the smell of glue, right? The new glue on the carpet, the smell of the paint, all that kind of stuff, and it's intriguing, it's exciting. It's a new property and it's all yours, and no one's ever lived in it. Well, 3 things we're talking about today. First off is how to buy from the builder. Second is how to buy from somebody who already took possession of it but never lived in it. And thirdly is if you have a property and you want to sell it and you've never lived in it and the plan was never to keep it anyways, but that's the idea, well, jump around, skip to the part that you like the most, and we'll see you there. So if you are planning on buying a house from a builder, then definitely follow a few of these steps that I'm going to share with you, because you don't want to walk into a situation that you can't get out of and it makes it a little bit harder for you in the future. The first thing is, if you are planning on having an agent represent you and be a part of the transaction, then make sure they come with you before you've ever met the builder at all. Some builders are really stickler on this. Some are okay when it doesn't happen, but we don't know which ones are which because every community is different. So having certainty that an agent is with you to represent you is going to be really important when it comes to figuring out all the things that happen with the legal side of the contract. Are there escalation clauses in there? It's going to help you figure out all of those things so you know what to look for when you're making that purchase. And with build times dropping than what they have over the last number of years, buying from the builder could be something you're really considering. So if you come across new homes like these ones right here and you see that they're for sale online, first thing you want to check for is, who is the seller? Is it a homeowner or is it the builder? Because sometimes builders are putting their properties on the MLS and basically selling spec homes that have never been lived in. Now, other times, like this property right here, it is actually a homeowner who is selling their property, and maybe they've never lived in it, or maybe they have lived in it. It doesn't matter, but they're selling it. And so properties like this that have been built recently, you can negotiate with the seller on. Now, if it's a builder, it could be a little bit harder. So if you want to negotiate with the builder on a spec home, sometimes asking for inclusions, things that they can add to the property that aren't going to break the bank for them, is going to be a really good tip. But when you're buying from a seller, it's like buying a resale property. And the interesting thing too is, when you see prices on the MLS outside of going into the show home, you are actually basically looking at GST. So there's GST is included in the price if a builder is selling it on the MLS system, which makes it comparable to someone like a seller or homeowner selling it as well. And the last thing to note is warranties. So you're going to have like Alberta new home warranty, which is kind of your foundation. Those are sometimes 5 or 10 years. And then sometimes you're going to have new home warranties from builders, which they typically come back to the house around a 1-year mark and fix any issues that are allowed to be fixed. So those two different types of warranties, you want to make sure you're able to transfer into your name, that they are yours, you're good to go, and you're secure. So make sure that's a part of your contract. How to sell your pre-construction home in Calgary? Well, whether you've intentionally bought a property that you are planning on selling, or if you bought something and you're just not able to move into it, or maybe you've moved in and it's just not the right thing. Selling your pre-construction home is kind of a tricky thing, because you've got multiple competitors when it comes to who you're basically positioning this property against. You're going against builders, you're going against resale homes, and buyers are buyers, and they love to buy on emotions. And so if you are skipping staging, or you're skipping any of these things that are really kind of pull the heartstrings of a buyer, you're gonna be missing out. So we recently reached out to a whole bunch of builders and asked them, how does it work with assignments? Because many of you who have bought properties that are from out of town and you're planning on selling them now and never actually owning them or living in them, assignments are kind of a hard thing to do here. It's much more popular in Toronto, much more popular in Vancouver with the condo markets, but with houses and assignments, pretty much every builder said it's a no bueno, it's no good, it's not gonna happen. And the interesting part about that is one of the builders actually said, well, we recently added that assignments could be allowed only if the builder approves it into contracts. And then I asked, I was like, well, what are the chances of you actually allowing it to be assigned? And she said management told her, never. So with assignments off the table, you are going to need to take possession of your property. That means getting a mortgage, paying cash, essentially having the title transfer over to you in order to make a sale happen. So the first thing, once you have that ownership, is pre-marketing strategy. Having a solid and strong coming soon type marketing plan is going to be vital in order for the right buyers to see your property before it hits the MLS system. Now, once you're on the MLS system, pricing your home is going to be uber important because you are competing against builders, you're competing against other resale properties, and buyers are kind of expecting some kind of great opportunity when they come to your property. And what I mean by opportunity is buyers are looking at new builds and they're emotionally, driven in because of the beautiful show homes that are there, right? And then on the other side, they're looking at resale properties where they're like, maybe we can negotiate on it. Now, in the coming years, there might not be a lot of negotiation room that buyers are going to have because of the supply-demand problems that Calgary has right now, but that doesn't negate that you have to be prepared and have your property set up with staging, the incredible photography, video. You got to do all the right things to be able to get the most amount of money that the market is going to give you. And the biggest thing with that is having a large reach to the right amount of buyers that are going to be willing to write on your property. Building and working and buying and selling new homes is exciting. There's huge opportunity in it. But the reality is you still have to be able to know your numbers. That's why I invite you to head over here, learn more about the market, what's happening right now, so you can make informed decisions. Hey, and if you like the video, don't forget to comment and like, subscribe, all those kind of things, because that helps us too. See you over there.